Money habits differ by generation. Boomers value stability. Gen X is resourceful. Millennials and Gen Z are tech-savvy and value-driven. Understanding these differences helps us make better money choices. Money means something different to every generation. The world you grow up in shapes how you handle money, and each generation faces its own unique set of circumstances that influence their financial habits and priorities. For boomers, stable jobs, pensions, and affordable homes were more common. Many could buy a house on a single income and plan for retirement with confidence. Millennials, on the other hand, entered adulthood during a tough job market and faced high student debt, making it harder to buy homes or save for the future. Gen X found themselves balancing work, raising kids, and caring for aging parents, earning the nickname Sandwich Generation. Gen Z, meanwhile, is growing up in a digital world. They learn about money online, use digital payments, and care about spending in line with their values. From cash to crypto, every generation's money habits reflect their unique challenges and opportunities. Media: young adults shopping at eco-friendly store, Gen Z investors looking at ethical investment apps, protest for sustainable brands. Understanding generational financial differences isn't just history. It's a practical tool for your own life. Seeing why boomers focus on mortgages or why millennials stress over student loans helps us empathize and communicate better. This understanding bridges gaps and sparks more productive money conversations. In this series, we'll explore how each generation saves, spends, and invests. We'll look at the tools and strategies that define their habits. From boomers' pension plans, Gen X's balancing act, millennials' tech, to Gen Z's new investing styles, each has lessons to share. By blending past wisdom with new innovations, we can all build a better financial future. Let's begin the journey. Let's begin our journey with the baby boomers. Born into a world recovering from war, boomers experienced an era of unprecedented economic growth and opportunity. Jobs were plentiful, and the American dream felt within reach. Boomers believed that hard work and loyalty would be rewarded with stability and prosperity. With strong company support and pensions, planning for the future felt secure. For many boomers, this clear path to prosperity worked just as planned. For baby boomers, two pillars built their financial security: pensions and homeownership. Pensions offered a guaranteed income in retirement, rewarding loyalty and long service. Buying a home was the main path to wealth, with affordable prices and rising equity. Together, these gave boomers a sense of security and prosperity that shaped their lives and set them apart from younger generations. Baby boomers take a conservative, hands-on approach to money. They're comfortable with cash, checks, and face-to-face banking, valuing trust and security. Raised to avoid debt, they save for big purchases and prefer quality over quantity. Their "if you can't afford it, don't buy it" mindset means steady saving and careful spending, choosing durable goods over disposable trends. For boomers, financial peace comes from stability, not risk. Baby boomers approached investing with patience, favoring blue-chip stocks and a buy-and-hold strategy for steady, long-term growth. They trusted professional advisors, valued diversification, often a simple mix of stocks and bonds, and shifted to safer assets as retirement neared. Their philosophy: prudence, discipline, and faith in the power of compounding over decades. Generation X, born between 1965 and 1980, grew up independent and skeptical, shaped by economic upheaval and fading job security. They learned to question institutions, blending analog roots with digital adaptability. Gen Xers are pragmatic, self-reliant, and realistic about money, balancing hard work with a need for work-life balance. Their financial toolkit is a hybrid: spreadsheets and apps, tradition and innovation. For Gen X, financial security is earned, not guaranteed. Gen X is the sandwich generation, squeezed between supporting aging parents and raising kids amid soaring costs. Their budgets are stretched thin, juggling college savings, retirement, and elder care. This constant balancing act has made them resourceful, strategic, and expert at financial triage. They prioritize, budget, and plan for multiple goals at once, out of necessity, not luxury. Gen X embraced homeownership but faced bigger mortgages and the shock of the 2008 crisis. They were the first to carry significant student loan debt, complicating early adulthood finances. Credit cards became a convenience and a risk, leading to careful debt management and constant strategizing. Debt shaped their financial lives, making them cautious borrowers and meticulous planners. Gen X investors blend boomer patience with modern efficiency, managing 401ks, mutual funds, and ETFs. They value diversification and low costs, using digital tools but still seeking expert advice as partners, not authorities. Their approach is balanced, cautious from past crashes, open to innovation, and focused on long-term security. They research, adapt, and control their financial destiny. For Gen X, building wealth is a steady, self-driven journey. Millennials, digital natives born 1981-1996, entered adulthood amid economic turmoil and the Great Recession. Early setbacks, student debt, weak job markets, fostered anxiety, but also resourcefulness and skepticism toward traditional finance. They delay milestones like homeownership, budget meticulously, and avoid bad debt. Millennials innovate with digital tools, side hustles, and new investment platforms. Their story is one of adaptation, reinventing personal finance for a precarious digital age. For millennials, student loan debt is the elephant in the room, shaping every financial decision, especially the dream of homeownership. Many graduated with debt rivaling a house down payment, making it tough to save or get ahead. With rising home prices and fierce competition, the path to owning a home is filled with obstacles. Millennials are redefining home ownership, moving to affordable cities, buying fixer-uppers, or teaming up with friends to buy together. Faced with stagnant wages and the high cost of living, millennials didn't just accept their financial fate, they got creative. They are the generation that truly pioneered and popularized the side hustle. A side hustle is any work you do outside of your primary 9-to-5 job to generate extra income. It's not just about making ends meet. For many, it's a proactive strategy to pay down debt faster, build savings, or fund a passion project. The internet and digital platforms made this possible on a mass scale. Millennials began turning their hobbies and skills into income streams, from selling crafts on Etsy to freelance writing to driving for Uber. The rise of the gig economy provided the perfect infrastructure for these ambitions. Platforms like Airbnb, DoorDash, and Upwork made it easy to monetize assets like a spare room or skills like graphic design. For millennials, this offered a level of flexibility that traditional part-time jobs rarely could. They could work when they wanted, for as long as they wanted, fitting it around their main job or other life commitments. This entrepreneurial spirit is a direct response to their economic circumstances. When the traditional path to earning more, a steady promotion and a raise, seemed unreliable, they created their own paths to increase their income. This focus on multiple income streams has become a core tenet of millennial financial planning. They are much less likely than previous generations to rely on a single paycheck for their financial security. Having more than one source of income provides a crucial safety net. If they lose their main job, the side hustle can provide a temporary cushion. This diversification of income is the millennial answer to the boomers' diversification of assets. It's a modern risk management strategy born from the experience of economic instability and the decline of job security. It really reflects their belief that the only person they can truly count on is themselves. However, the culture of the side hustle is not without its downsides. It can lead to burnout, as many millennials find themselves working constantly, blurring the lines between work and personal time. The hustle culture can create pressure to always be productive and monetizing one's time, which can be exhausting. Furthermore, most gig economy work lacks the benefits and protections of traditional employment, such as health insurance, paid time off, or retirement contributions. While it provides much-needed income and flexibility, it also represents a trade-off that highlights the precarious nature of work for this generation. Millennials have made financial technology, or fintech, a way of life. As digital natives, they manage money, budget, and invest, all from their phones. They bypass banks, using apps for everything from paying bills to sending money. Budgeting apps like Mint and YNAB give them real-time control. Micro-investing and commission-free trading apps make investing accessible. For millennials, fintech means transparency, efficiency, and control, putting their financial future in their own hands. Generation Z, born after 1997, are true digital natives, never knowing a world without the internet or smartphones. Growing up amid economic uncertainty and witnessing millennials' struggles, they're pragmatic and focused on financial security. Gen Z uses mobile-first banking apps, learns about money from TikTok and YouTube, and starts saving early, often from part-time jobs. They're not just cautious, they're proactive, self-taught, and determined to build a secure financial future. Gen Z is tearing up the old investment rulebook. With finance apps and social media, they're investing earlier than ever, jumping into stocks, meme coins, and crypto with just a few dollars. They trust influencers over advisors and see digital assets as both a risk and a future. But while they chase big wins, many also invest for the long term, blending bold bets with smart saving. For Generation Z, spending is more than a transaction, it's a statement. Their purchases reflect their values, from sustainability to social justice. They support brands that align with their beliefs and use social media to amplify their voices. Thrifting and secondhand shopping are popular, not just to save money, but to make a difference. Gen Z expects transparency and authenticity, using their wallets to shape a more conscious, purpose-driven future. Generation Z is redefining work and wealth. Having seen burnout and instability, they value work-life balance, mental health, and flexibility over just a paycheck. The traditional 9-to-5 feels outdated. Remote and hybrid work are now expected. For Gen Z, wealth means time, health, relationships, and experiences, not just money. They're forging new paths as entrepreneurs, freelancers, and creators, building a future on their own terms. Each generation holds a piece of the financial puzzle. From boomers, we learn patience. True wealth is built slowly, decade by decade, through long-term investing and home ownership. Gen X teaches us resilience and self-reliance. Take control of your finances, trust but verify, and balance competing priorities. Their story is one of steady progress and balance under pressure. By learning from each other, we can build a more resilient financial future. Millennials and Gen Z are redefining personal finance. Millennials, shaped by the Great Recession, use technology, budgeting apps, robo-advisors, and mobile banking to take control and diversify income. Gen Z starts early, investing young and making every dollar count. Both generations teach us to embrace digital tools, side hustles, and value-driven spending. Every dollar is a vote for the world we want. Their lessons inspire all ages to be proactive, intentional, and values-focused with money. Our journey through 4 generations reveals how each era shapes unique approaches to money. Baby boomers built wealth on pensions and property, teaching patience and long-term commitment. Gen X blended old and new, mastering balance and self-reliance. Millennials, digital natives, rewrote financial rules with technology and resourcefulness. Gen Z enters adulthood focused on values, innovation, and purposeful wealth. As we conclude our journey, it becomes clear that there is no single correct way to manage money. Each generation's playbook was written for a different game, with different rules and different goals. The key to building a truly robust financial future is not to rigidly follow one set of rules, but to become a student of all of them. By weaving together the timeless wisdom of the past with the powerful innovations of the present, you can create a personalized financial strategy that is both resilient and adaptable. Your own financial playbook should be a living document, one that evolves as your life and the world around you change. Imagine a financial plan that combines the best of all worlds. It would have the boomers' patience for long-term investing and their appreciation for the stability of real estate. It would incorporate Gen X's pragmatic self-reliance and their skillful ability to balance competing financial priorities. This plan would be managed with the Millennials' tech-savvy efficiency, using apps to track every dollar and side hustles to accelerate progress toward goals. And it would be guided by Gen Z's forward-looking and value-driven ethos, starting early and ensuring that your financial choices reflect the person you want to be and the world you want to live in. The most important step is to start a conversation. Talk about money with your parents, your children, your friends, and your partner. Move beyond judgment and seek to understand the why behind their financial behaviors. You may discover that your boomer father's aversion to debt comes from a place of wanting security for his family. You might find that your millennial friend's focus on a side hustle is their way of taking control in an uncertain world. These conversations build empathy and unlock a treasure trove of shared knowledge, strengthening both your relationships and your financial literacy. Ultimately, your financial journey is uniquely yours. The economic landscape will continue to shift, bringing new challenges and new opportunities. But by drawing on the collective wisdom of the generations, you are better equipped to navigate whatever comes next. Take the boomers' discipline, Gen X's resilience, the millennials' resourcefulness, and Gen Z's purpose-driven vision, and build a financial life that is not only secure and prosperous, but also deeply fulfilling. The history of money through the generations is not just a story about the past. It is a guide for building a better future, starting today.